I hope you can see my screen. Yes.
Yes, yes, you can see.
Okay. So what would be a typical agenda for today? So the agenda for the today is some basics of marketing. What is SFMC or Marketing Cloud? Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We abbreviate it as SFMC as well. What is the difference between Pardot and Salesforce Marketing Cloud? This is a very common question that comes across. Then there would be content around how do I start learning Marketing Cloud? What are the different aspects of getting hands-on to Marketing Cloud? Which is a very, very common question. What are the different certifications and certification pathways in Marketing Cloud? And we'll take a quick glimpse into Marketing Cloud as well by logging into the system and looking into it. So this is the typical agenda for today, and I hope everybody is fine. So let's move on. How many of you are aware of these marketing jargons that are there? These are used by the teams working in Marketing Cloud or marketings in and out. So how many of you are aware of these ones? And these are a basic, quick refresher kind of thing for all of them. So can I get a quick estimation of anybody's not aware of anything like this, or everybody's aware of it? So I'll go through that, or I'll skip this depending on the opinion. Some of them I know. Okay. Ian says some of them. Can I get a quick one from all of them? Because I saw a mixed crowd, so I wanted to understand: is it uh, good for me to go through that? Fine. I'll quickly go through that, assuming that most of you are not aware of all of them at least. Marketing. So marketing which is done by digital means is called digital marketing. Marketing, marketing can be done via print, via TV, but when it is done via email or SMS or all any other digital medium, that is called digital marketing. As simple as that. Email marketing is a part of digital marketing, where when the email is used as a part of marketing campaigns, which you might have got from the different companies, that is called email marketing. Marketing automation. What is marketing automation? It's the automating of the marketing steps. That is with the help of a automation tool, like just like Marketing Cloud. There are many more tools in the market, just like Salesforce Marketing Cloud. When you automate these marketing steps, like for example sending 10 emails in a row, just give an example, depending on how the customer is behaving, how the whether customer is opening the email, whether he's clicking the email, whether he's belongs to a certain geography or a certain gender. If you automate that whole campaign, that is called marketing automation. One of the examples of that. What is martech? Martech is marketing technical stack. That is the different technologies that are involved. Drip marketing. Drip marketing, as the word says, drip by drip, drop by drop. So basically, when you start engaging with a customer step by step by sending first email, whether depending on whether he opens or not, like that, that is called drip marketing, step by step marketing. Sales funnel is a proverbial funnel where what happens is you at the top get a lot of unprocessed lead which are not good in what do you say, quality. And I say good in quality, basically those are prospects, and then slowly and slowly you categorize them based on different things. Then it gets funneled. Finally some of them becomes your customer. So that is the proverbial sales funnel. A and B testing is A/B testing, split testing it is also called. Basically it's testing of two different things based on certain factors. So for example, if you're sending two emails, you want to say what is the subject line which is gathering more engagement. That is called A and B testing. You test it in Salesforce Marketing Cloud and see how it works and choose the best out of the two. Landing pages. Landing pages are especially created web pages on which you reach post clicking on a link. So for example, if you might have seen Grammarly emails. There are emails which are created by Grammarly and that gives you an insight of how the you are writing. In that context, if you click on a link, it takes to a landing page or external page out of email that is built for specifically built for a purpose. That is called a landing page. SEO, search engine optimization. your web pages or blogs so that they rank higher in Google searches. Call to actions are different buttons or different activities that needs to be done in an email, for example, or a landing page. uh, Email specifically, where you click on a call to action button and it does couple of things. For example, it it initiates or helps the customer to do a certain action. As I said, calls to action. So action could be purchasing a product, action could be providing a review. So that is called call to action buttons. B2B to B2C, B2B and B2C, these are two different things, but these days it's commonly asked to do one single one. What is B2B? Business to business. And B2C, business to customer or consumer. B2B basically means if companies like Airtel is providing services to companies like Salesforce. B model. B2C is companies like Airtel providing services to consumers like me and you. That is B2C model. But effectively, at the end of the day, it becomes B2B to C. So that's how the chain is. Cookie is a small piece of code that is left by the website on your browser, makes which helps that particular scenario in which uh, you track the activities, you know where it is from. So there's a small bit of cookie that is left. So those are the some key things or topics that I thought would be helpful for you to start with. But these are all marketing things. Simple Google will give you a lot of information regarding that, and you use these terms with the help of Marketing Cloud. So these are more of a marketing terms. So I hope that was done. Okay, so moving on. And guys, keep giving me feedbacks. Okay, one very important thing before I move on. Uh, can I request everybody of you over here, because the work that is being done by Imtiaz and Dhaka Group is very good, but the only way that we can appreciate that is by actually talking about it. It's only posting about it. So can I request you all to take a moment and post it with the links that I have in sharing on LinkedIn or Twitter or whichever social media network that you are working on, so that the word passes by, and this is how we are able to support the community. These all are being done by free of cost. Everybody is spending time on the weekend, like Imtiaz and his team. So please do give a shout out by actually posting about these ones in your favorite social media channels like Twitter. Yeah, so and use some hashtags to do that. So that will be really helpful, and that will spread the word, and more people will join in learning and providing the learning. So request you to post it on LinkedIn or social media during the course of the session by taking the screenshots. That would be really helpful. Moving back. Okay, so quick word about this diagram. How many of you are aware of this diagram, Gartner's Magic Quadrant? Give me an answer in yes or no. How many of you are aware of Gartner's Magic Quadrant? Anyone? Y or N? Yes or no? Responses, please. Okay. Teams are aware. So basically, Gartner is a market research firm, very reputed kind, and what it does is it comes out with studies on a regular basis on different software and their vendors, different categories and their vendors. In this case, what we are looking at is, and it is famously called as Gartner's Magic Quadrant, and this is where it is. So if you see, and you can see my cursor, all the companies are vying to come into this quadrant. Gartner's Magic Quadrant, and if you can see, there are multiple vendors over here. Okay, Salesforce being one of them, and at the top, Adobe is
Pankaj,
very.
sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, I'm assuming my not visible. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay now. Thanks.
Yeah, so this is called Gartner's Magic Quadrant. What is this? This is a magic quadrant where all the big vendors or companies like Salesforce should be there. And as you can see, Salesforce is at the top of it. So basically what I'm trying to depict is there are other vendors as well, which are competing with Salesforce in this same quadrant. Very close to it is Oracle, SAS, SAP, Acoustics. These are different vendors which are also working in marketing domain. Okay, Salesforce is one of the vendors which is doing really, really well at the top, but there are other vendors as well. So just for your information, Salesforce is not only the one. There are other vendors, but Salesforce is doing pretty well, as you can see what Gartner is saying. So this comes out every, I think, quarter or more than that. But this is from May of 2001, where Gartner is saying Salesforce is doing best in this magic quadrant. So that's a very famous marketing term, Gartner's magic quadrant. Go and search it out. You'll see what are our different vendors like Salesforce who are working in this domain and doing well as well. So Salesforce, as you can see, is topping the list here as well. So this is for your overall understanding that Salesforce Marketing Cloud is one of the products by Salesforce. There are other ones as well by Adobe, Oracle, which are also there. So you need to know who all are there in the competitors as well. So these are the competitors working in the Gartner's Magic Quadrant. Yeah. Okay. So now what is marketing automation and Salesforce Marketing Cloud? So I gave a brief about marketing automation in the previous slides. So as I told, it's automation of marketing activities. These could be repetitive tasks like email marketing, or it could be social media posting. You might have seen a lot of influencers posting at a regular point in time, posting at brands, posting it at a certain time of the day. That is all repetitive in nature and done by marketing automation softwares. One of them being okay, and ad campaigns. All of these activities, these are marketing activities, and this can be automated with the help of softwares or marketing automation tools, which I showed you previously in the slide. So, and these marketing automation tools also provide you some personalization. What do you mean by personalization? It's a very, very generic term that is used, and I should have covered in the previous slide. But nevertheless, what is personalized experience? Personalized experience is the brand is touching you, brand is contacting you with the help of the content which relates to you. So personalization could be as simple as whenever they email you, it says, dear Imtiaz, for example, or dear Pankaj. So that is one very simple form of personalization. Another form of personalization could be that which city I belong to, and or rather which country, which geography I belong to, and based on that, language settings are there, and you talk to me in that language. So for example, if I'm Europe, you're talking to me in that specific geographical language. If I'm in, for example, Bangladesh, you can talk to me in your local language. If I'm in, let's say, some other country, Latam country, you can talk to me in Portuguese or Spanish. So those kind of personalizations are being done by these marketing automation softwares. What is marketing automation? What is marketing Salesforce Marketing Cloud? It's a marketing automation platform for mostly for B2C use case. Having said that, it can be used for B2B marketing use case as well. There is no harm in that. It totally depends on use case, but it's primarily used for B2C use cases mostly. But as I said, there's no harm in using it for B2B use case as well. So that's about marketing automation and Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Moving on. Difference between Pardot and Marketing Cloud. Are they same? What is the difference between them? Okay, so Pardot and Marketing Cloud, these are same. Okay, coming from the same stable of Marketing Cloud. Okay, and once these Pardot and Marketing Cloud, who is all aware that they have been acquired or they've been developed by Salesforce? Anybody? Quick. Pardot and Marketing Cloud. Any responses for the chat? Okay, Pardot and Marketing Cloud both have been acquired with a series of acquisitions that Salesforce has done. So both of the products have been acquired. Just do a quick Google search right now, because I'll be asking questions or the questions would be centered around some of them, like when it was acquired and what was the earlier name when it was acquired. So for example, Exact Target is the name of the company that was acquired by Salesforce and then rebranded as Marketing Cloud. So what is the difference between the two? Primarily, and it's not, as I say, 100%, primarily Pardot and Marketing Cloud caters to B2B and B2C use cases. When I say use cases, scenarios. So this is one of the key difference which is being used, difference which is driving Pardot and Marketing Cloud. Marketing Cloud is much more richer in terms of feature set compared to Pardot, but Pardot is made for a specific use case and primarily caters to B2B one, and B2C is catered by Marketing Cloud. But having said that, it can be used for B2B and B2C, each one of them, but totally depends on the use case. But as a general difference, this could be one of them. Okay, how to learn Marketing Cloud? Okay, so there are multiple ways or means by which you can learn Marketing Cloud. Okay, who all have their profiles on Trailhead? Can you give a quick what do you mean? Can you get me a quick round of one or two where people have got their profiles created on Trailhead by a simple means of yes or no? Do people? I do. Okay. Yes, yes. I'm getting a lot of yes. Somebody at my doorstep. Yeah. So I think most of us have it. So Trailhead is one of the place where you start learning Marketing Cloud. Okay. And Trailhead looks something like this. I've opened a tab. So hopefully it won't take much time to load. So Trailhead is what is Trailhead? Trailhead is a gamified version of self-learning. Okay, Salesforce, where everybody can learn and see what all can be done. So from Marketing Cloud standpoint, and this is how it looks like once you log in. So it's taking some time to load, but that's fine. That happens. Fine. In the meantime, okay. So it gives you different badges, and of course, this is a gamified version of learning. So to learn anything in Salesforce, this is not only about Marketing Cloud. Trailhead is the first place to go. Okay. So now, having said that, what do I do to learn? So for example, I need to learn, for example, Email Studio. One single thing would be simple search on Email Studio over here, which will give you a lot of options. Press enter. It'll give you a lot of options in terms of models, and then you can start following them and start learning from them. Imtiaz, my voice is clear, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
I was presuming my Wi-Fi is not behaving well during the demo, but yeah, if it is, if you can see it well, then that's fine. For some reason, it's taking load. Okay, so now finally, after so much time, so now you can see these are the different topics that you can learn. So this is a trail mix by a user. This is another trail mix. Trail mix are different combination of different modules for a trail. So that's how it is. Email Studio basics. So beginner level, advanced level, you can drill it down from that level, filter it out. So that's how you can start learning anything in Salesforce and specifically in Marketing Cloud. Okay, so that's what I meant with Trailhead. Go to trailhead.salesforce.com and start, if you have a data profile, and start learning from it. Okay, that is one thing. I'll close it, it's taking too much time. Community events. Okay, so community events are being supported by Salesforce and the community together in the Salesforce ecosystem, where we enhance the learning of the community. The one of the prime example is the one that we are conducting right now, but these are happening across the world, not even in India, Bangladesh, everywhere across the world in different cities. And one of the things that I've come across in last 1.5 year due to pandemic is everything has become online. So for everybody to learn has become easier in that sense. So I would request you and urge you to join the community events and learn based topics based on your interest or professional interest. So one of the examples would be, for the way you want to go and search is go to trailblazercommunitygroups.com. There's one place, and then see what is the meetings that are happening near you. Okay, you can simply search for a region. Let's say I'll put San Francisco. Okay, okay, so this is San Francisco. I search for it, and I'll get all the user community groups that are based out of San Francisco. So you see, California. So these are different groups. And for example, if you want to learn about Marketing Cloud, click on this. So, and then group, see what are sessions that are conducted by them, like that, and start learning. It's as simple as that. Okay. So I'll give you a glimpse of other ones as well. Just one more example. Okay. Apologies, guys. For some reason, this is taking a lot of time. It certainly doesn't. Find some other time. Okay. Let me come back. There is something called Stack Exchange. Okay, this is a bit of advanced level place where you can learn about specific use cases. So once you start learning with Trailheads, you get some information from community event, blog posts. Then Stack Exchange is a place, once you start building your use case or your example, you can start learning from it. There are tons and tons of resources. Let me just quickly search. Hope it opens. Simple search Marketing Cloud on Stack Exchange, because this works for many other products. So salesforce.stackexchange.com is another place where you can learn about the Salesforce Marketing Cloud high level use cases. So like, for example, SQL query to populate next working day. So all these SSD, all these are very specific use cases, and you can simply learn by answering them, visiting them, and adding value and consuming that content. So that is next one. Blogs, different blogs which are being published by the community leaders, community trailblazer guys who have actually worked on the use cases and are able to share that learnings from their own experiences. So this is very important place, and what I'll do is I'll quickly take you to that link. So one of the very important blogs in the Salesforce world, not even Marketing Cloud, is called Salesforce Ben. Okay, salesforceben.com. taking this, showcasing these articles. This article is very good in terms of all the blogs in Marketing Cloud. So if you can see, I'll cover a couple of them and provide the link. So example, SFMC curated. This is one of the one that is given by Zakaria, again community guy, helping a lot, where he curates all the content which are there around in Marketing Cloud. He keeps on posting that, and you can quickly log into that and see what all who is doing and learn. So for example, server side SSJS 101 sessions was happened this week by Elliot Harper. So this is one of the you can quickly click on it and learn from it. So that's a good place to do. Then as I said, I'll name only a couple of them, that there are many more. SFDC fanboy by our very own Manish. Then how to SFMC. Then Matthews Dabrowski also provides a good link for all the tech aspect of Marketing Cloud. Gregory as well. Then Tidbits by Shibu Abraham, again very good place to learn digestible small capsules of Marketing Cloud. MC Chat, again by Elliot Harp. Spring Nature Moves, JB or Josna Bitra, her blog. AMScript.xyz, again to learn by Ivan about AMScript, scripting language in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Zoana, lot of places where you can start learning. It'll take some time for you to and how to start, but these are the places which are dedicated to different things, like for example Automation Studio, for example your AMScript, different places, and so you need to understand what you need to learn and then start following these blogs closely. And then partner resources, last but not the least, partner resources. These are resources that are available to the partners. If your company is a partner to Salesforce, uh, there are different places where you can learn as a partner. So these are different places from where you can learn Marketing Cloud. Okay, Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, how to get on hands-on experience? This is a very common question that has been asked across every now and then. How can you tell me how I can get a hands-on experience if I don't know or have no knowledge of marketing? Any thoughts? Who can answer me this? How do I get access to Marketing Cloud instance? Anyone? Any thoughts? Because this is a very common question that comes across, and by working for clients through a company, it's not a free. Yeah. Okay. So the short and free as Salesforce Sales Cloud or your CRM Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, that you can go online and start spinning out an instance. No, there is no way out there like right now, as of now at least. So the only way that you can learn is without having any experience. Okay, the typical ways is if you work for a customer uh, who has a Marketing Cloud instance, who has Marketing Cloud activities going on, and they're using Salesforce Marketing Cloud as an automation tool. This is one of them. Another one is if you're working for a partner, like I am working for a company called Marlabs, which is a partner to Salesforce. Then you get a training instance which can help. These are the two ways which, and of course, if you're working for Salesforce, I mean, of course. So these are a couple of ways officially through which you can get access to Marketing Cloud. What if you're not a Marketing Cloud a partner or a Salesforce or a client? How do I do that? The options are limited, but I would say it's not out and out. One place is, first of all, these community events where, for example, I'll show you a demo right now after some time, which will talk about what are the different aspects of Marketing Cloud, because since it's a beginner session, so I'll cover that. But if you want to get into specifics of any particular module, you can refer to my recordings in New Delhi's user group. I have specifically spoken about Email Studio, Automation Studio, Journey Builder, and there was one more module that I spoke about. So you can get specific information by looking at the hands-on things where we provide hands-on information. I also took a session last month for AMPscript specifically. So you can look into those community events recordings and understand how the system works. That is one other way of looking at it when you don't have any access. There is another way, something called Trailhead Stimulators. Also work in Trailhead only, where there are some places where they give you simulators where you click on certain buttons and it helps you simulate the way Marketing Cloud works. So that is another way. And last but not the least, there's certain instances where Salesforce gives the option to different users. It provides a training org that happened way back in 19. Post that it hasn't happened, but there are certain instances do that, and they give you hands-on org access, and you can try and practice if you don't belong to a partner, if you don't belong to a client, or you don't have access to that. So that could be, I would recommend 3 ways of doing it. As I said, there is no short way of doing it. There is no easy way of doing it, but the answer is, if you have a thick skin and you want to learn, then you have to do with either one of those 3 ways that I have recommended. Okay, so yes, my Anshul, my screen is not visible, but yeah, Trailhead, links for Trailhead Simulator, I'll certainly do that. Ian, I will go back to my screen. It is not shared as of now. Okay, what is Marketing Cloud certification structure? Okay, so this again, this slide has been what do you say, sourced from Salesforce Ben, which I spoke about, a very popular blog in the world of Marketing Cloud and Salesforce. So if you can see on the left hand side, it's Pardot, this one, and the right hand side is Marketing Cloud. So I'll talk about Marketing Cloud. 4 specific certifications, starting from admin, email specialist, developer, and Marketing Cloud consultant. So if you see, Marketing Cloud admin is the first one, and it is a prerequisite for Marketing Cloud consultant and Marketing Cloud developer. And email specialist is the fourth one, which is the first one in the step that doesn't require a prerequisite. So these are the 4 certifications that are available in Marketing Cloud: admin, specialist, developer, and consultant. Now, quick one, and I've told you the pathway as well, where Marketing Cloud admin is a prerequisite to do a consultant or a developer certification. Each of them is of $200 USD, and there is the good thing is that these community events provide you with certification vouchers. They have different quiz at the end of it, and they support you with these certification vouchers. So as I said, look very closely into these certifications. Google, as I said again, hint Google about ExactTarget, Pardot, how it got acquired, when it got acquired, because this would be covered as a part of quiz at this end of this session, which will help you to buy certification vouchers to provide for these ones, because I understand $200 USD is a very expensive certifications, but certainly we are helping you with that. So keep an eye for the quiz and Google it before you move on to the last section. Okay, what does each certification mean? So Marketing Cloud admin, what it basically means, and it is the first one in the step, as you can see. So what it means is Marketing Cloud admin, as you know, in the CRM admin world as well, it is more of a system admin who's taking care of the Salesforce Marketing Cloud instance, where he provides the access, he setups the FTP, the URL endpoints. He does a lot of sharing related informations, business unit created information and activities. Those are the things that are done by Salesforce Marketing Cloud admin. Then email specialist is more geared towards the campaign management and email module of Salesforce Marketing Cloud, which is one of the modules which we'll be quickly looking into. Marketing Cloud developer certification eyes toward the people or the resources who have an eye on developing the emails, HTML, CSS, then also towards AmpScript, which is a proprietary language for Salesforce Marketing Cloud, scripting language, more used for personalization. When I say personalization, again, name, country, different dates, different parameters can be populated in the email. So if you are a Marketing Cloud developer, then one of the ways of doing it is Marketing Cloud developer certification. Then Marketing Cloud consultant, it kind of sits on the top proverbially, because it's prerequisite marketing cloud admin, and basically it's more from an engagement perspective where you are dealing with the client, you are providing the solution architect, and you are giving different use cases, and you are able to provide Salesforce related marketing cloud related solutions for that particular scenario. So this is marketing cloud consultants. I'm marketing cloud email specialist. I have flunked marketing cloud consultant exam. It's considered one of the toughest in general. So I flunked it once. I am planning to give it again, but after some preparation, of course. So this is where the certification structure stands as of now. Four, as I said, four. One of them, admin being the basic, then email specialist. After admin, you can do consultant and developer, depending on your personal choice as well as the professional field you're working in. Yeah. So that was about certification structure. Okay, so from here on, now we'll move on to your quick demo of the system, a little bit cognizant of the time as well. So I'll take another 5, 10 to 15 minutes in getting into the system. Before I move on, is there anything that you want to ask? Otherwise, I'll get into the demo of the system. Anything that you want to ask in general? I'll go through the links. I'll share this, I'll share this Trailhead Simulator links after this session, absolutely. And Imtiaz has mentioned the YouTube channel, so that should be taken care of. So Ayan is asking, shall I go for Marketing Cloud admin first or Marketing Cloud email specialist first? Because I heard from various working professionals to go for Marketing Cloud email specialist first. Technically, it depends on two things. What is your choice? What is the way choice is? If you are working as an admin is a basic level thing. It's good to have for a certain set of skills. But if you are working the way you have put it, it looks like you're working in campaign management. Okay, so if you're working in campaign management, then certainly you should use for email specialists, where your idea is to create emails, personalize them, do all those emails things. So I think you depends on what you work on. Email specialist could be the one, or admin. Anything anybody else wants to ask, you can put it over here. I'll try and answer as much as possible. We've got good crowd now. Actually, we have got 20 attendees. So yeah, good. Anything anybody else? Otherwise, we'll move into the demo system demo, and I'll pause my video as well. Is it a good idea for, okay, Mehndi Hassan is asking, is it a good idea for Salesforce dev or admin to work on Marketing Cloud parallelly? These are two different stacks, Mehndi. So Salesforce dev or admin work in parallel totally depends on your choice. There's no stopping you. They can work. But what your question is saying is dev and admin means Salesforce CRM, and Marketing Cloud is different stacks. So two different stacks. You can certainly work on it, but try and get the idea is try and get your solid grip on one particular stack or one particular platform, be it Marketing Cloud, be it your CRM. Do it that way. If it is only from a learning perspective, please go ahead. What about hands-on? If I'm not from a partner company, Ankit, I just mentioned it. There are a couple of ways. One of them is the way that we are doing it, community events. You can go and check my New Delhi Salesforce user group videos, which I have done 4 deep dive sessions into Marketing Cloud, which covers email studio automation, journey builder in detail. So you can, this is one way of learning if you don't have access as a partner or a client. Anything, anybody else? Anything in general, guys. There's no right and wrong questions. These are only questions and the people who adjust them. So there's no right and wrong. Go
Hey
ahead, ask
Pankaj.
your questions.
Hey Pankaj.
Yes.
Ayan this side.
Yes, I am.
I just want to ask a very basic question about SAP.
SAP. Okay.
Yeah. Why? Actually, I have a call on Monday regarding SAP with Salesforce.
Uh-huh.
So I have a use case like we have a domain, but our client has a certain more domains. You can say 4 or 5 other domains.
Uh-huh.
So what we can do that, like what we can do in this, cause there's one very specific domain you can say,
Mm-hmm.
and others that are connected to that domain, or you can say subdomains. 4 others are
Understood.
subdomains.
So, okay, there are two ways. So, Ayan, what quickly answering based on whatever is little information you have provided. there are two things. First is a domain that is already used by the customer. They might be using it with some other email marketing tool. Okay. And that those have got some subdomains, correct? That's what your one point
Yes,
is. That
yes,
is, you can purchase a new domain. Okay.
yes.
So SAP perspective I'm talking about. So there are both ways of doing it. Okay. If they are using a particular domain and which is provided, which is already being used, this is one of the ways of doing it. So one way is that as well, depending on some specific example. So what you can do is, give me some, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, give me some specific pointers, then only I can answer, because it's a very open-ended question. Okay,
Okay.
so very subjective. If you can give me some key specific points, what I'll do is I'll try and see what could be the best scenario in that. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. Okay,
Sure,
and
Pankaj,
provide
we
me
are
some
connected.
specifics. Yeah, specifics about what are you looking at, what is the email marketing tool that they were using, what are the specific SAP product that they have purchased, the company is going to purchase or already has purchased. Based on that, I can suggest you a couple of key takeaways from that, and you can take it forward from there on your for your call.
Okay, thanks, Pankaj.
Yeah. Ankit is saying, what next after learning marketing, like where we find projects on marketing. So Ankit, after learning, the only way is to work with particular customers as a client. So work for partners, or look out for the companies who are ready to provide you with some hands-on skill uh, to put your experience into real experience. So, I mean, what I would just give an example, since you have poked on that point, Ankit. I'll give an example the way I did it. I was 5 years prior to this, I was new to Salesforce ecosystem. And though I had experience in sales consulting, business consulting, but I was new to Salesforce ecosystem. So the way I did it was, I learned Salesforce. I did certifications on my own. In my case, I started with Sales Cloud, so the hands-on was going to be easy. But then I tried to marry what experience I had previously with Sales Cloud. Okay, and then that's how it helped me to get my first job in Salesforce ecosystem. Okay, I was without a job. I in Bangalore, and I got a job. So it's difficult, but if you take certain key steps, you'll certainly be able to look out, get a job, in this case Marketing Cloud. But make sure your basics and your understanding level is clear, and you have a Salesforce background as well. So it helps you to, for the companies to hire, in case you have a sales other stack knowledge like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, you are aware of that. Then getting into Marketing Cloud, although technically they are different, but at least if not something, then you have knowledge of Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Because I'll tell you, in the market right now, the market for Marketing Cloud and Salesforce in general is really, really good. Okay, so you need to look forward to learn as much as possible and try and showcase your knowledge to the customer, or rather in this case to the interviewer. So three steps, don't lose hope, it's possible. However, it's not easy, as you can understand. Being a company, how can I hire you if I mean, think of yourself as a company, and how you can hire a person who doesn't know the technology he'll get into. So those are a couple of things, but three things: learn through community events, keep on learning with different blogs, and applying for the companies. It will happen. It might take some time, but it will certainly happen. It happened in my case. So best of luck for that. Nazim is asking, should one person offer marketing service, sales cloud consultant? I mean, all of them, if she can stick only one cloud type, focus on this career there. Okay, I would recommend, yes, you should be aware of sales and service. I'll take a CRM example for now, because I'm trying to generalize your question, Nazim. So take one cloud and build your expertise on that. However, you should be aware what is the use case of another cloud. So in this case, let's take an example of sales and service. You should be very proficient with one cloud. Let's say, take an example, Sales Cloud. But at the same time, you should be very much aware that what Service Cloud does, what are the different components of it, and how these two are related. Okay, so that's how it should be. Expertise on one cloud, and then you should be aware of the other cloud as well, because at the end of the day, both of them solve the customer problem actually kind of together. Okay, so that is how I think you should go ahead, Nazim. Anything, anybody else? Or I'll just quickly go back to. the demo now. I hope you can see my screen now. So that is the landing page of your marketing cloud. Okay, that I have opened. Just give me a moment. I'm changing the context now. Okay, so I'll increase the zoom level as well. Okay, so this is how the typical landing screen of Marketing Cloud looks as soon as you log in into that. And on the top, these are different apps that are provided, if you see, and we'll just quickly talk about each one of them. Okay, so Email Studio. So Email Studio is basically the main app or application within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And what it helps you is, and I'll open them meantime as well. And what it does is basically it helps you to create emails and send them to different subscriber contacts or prospective customers. So this is where you can create the emails as well as send them to different customers. Okay, this is Mobile Studio. Mobile is, of course, you can send out push notifications, you can send out SMSs to your customers or prospective customers with the help of this app, Mobile Studio. Third one is Social Studio. Social Studio is good for the use case of social scenario, where what we are doing is Social Studio. What we do is basically say that let's say there's a company who's putting out a lot of brand tweets, okay, in Twitter. So with the help of this, you can publish those tweets in a regular way every day, let's say 10 o'clock in the morning, for example. Second thing you can also do is to listen to what people are saying about your brand and then act upon it. So that's Social Studio for you. Then there is Advertising Studio. Advertising Studio is a use case where you can take that lot of audiences. One of the examples or use case or scenario that it solves is it takes a lot of leads from Facebook. Okay, so Facebook may, I'm pretty sure you all are Facebook users and you have seen different ads on Facebook. Okay, once you click on that, it asks for you certain data points, your data points. Some of them it has, some of them it asks, and then you can get those data points into Audience Advertising Studio directly, and then start pushing ads to them on various advertising channels like Facebook, for example. That is one of the use case this Advertising Studio does. Web Studio, this is got Cloud Pages. Cloud Pages are nothing where but you can build very beautiful landing pages in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Excuse me, and expose it to the outer world. Interaction Studio is a real-time management solution or app provided by Salesforce. Again, acquisition that was done, I think 17 or 18, which with the help of which you can actually interact with the customers on a really real-time basis. And then that's how it helps. Reporting aspects, analytics. Journey Builder. Journey Builder is a tool which the help of, it's a campaign management tool where it provides a journey. And I'll quickly show you that as well. It provides you a canvas where you can actually target customers with the help of, for example, a drip campaign or a different type of campaigns you can create, design in the UI, and that's how you can target or reach out to the customers. Then there is a tool called or app called Automation Studio. Automation Studio does the very heavy lifting and shifting of data. So basically segmentation of data, complex SQL queries, extracting data from FTPs, all those activities are the use case of Automation Studio. Okay, so that is Automation Studio for you. Content Builder is, I'll again click on that I'll show you a bit more about it. Content Builder is a place which is it's a content management system where you can upload your assets like images, like file, email templates. You can create it over here and use it across those Marketing Cloud. So it's a content management system basically from your Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Audience builder is, I won't go in detail of that specifically in this session, because contact builder is the heart of marketing cloud. It's a data modeling tool with the help of which you can model the data structure of Salesforce marketing cloud. It's a relational one where you can create different tables called data extensions in marketing cloud. We call data extensions. So data extensions, and you can relate to them with different keys, and then that's how you can use it in different apps. So basically it's the heart of it and data modeling tool. And of course Einstein is the AI brain of the platform. It helps you with a lot of inputs for the marketers. Then there's AppExchange. AppExchange is just like App Store or Play Store for Salesforce, where you get a lot of apps, free or paid, depending on the use cases. And this is your package manager. This is a deployment tool that is provided by Salesforce Marketing Cloud, which helps you to continuous deploy from one BU to other BU like that. So this is a quick glimpse of what are the different apps, and by no means these are the complete list of all of them. For these I have got access to. Okay, so that's why it is exposed to me. So that's how it is. Email Studio, Mobile Studio, difference we call studios. Okay, over here studios and builders, basically we call it the way we call it in Marketing Cloud. But yes, that's how it is. And if you can see Exact Target, that's the company they acquired, and the URL says so. So as I said, again, hint, Google it about when it was acquired, what is the name, and all those things for Pardot as well. And Salesforce Marketing Cloud, you might get questions on that. Okay, moving on, and I'll touch on 3-4 apps a bit more, and then I'll wrap up the sessions with any more questions if you have. Okay, so if you see on top, this is Email Studio. What it does is basically you can create emails, and I'll quickly show you. And you can create email in content section, but you can create different lists over here. So these are different lists, or technically when I say list and data extension are different, but what I'm trying to say is subscriber list or a contact list to which you can actually send emails. Okay, so this is a place where you can do that. You can create different data extensions, store data in that. So when I say data extensions, it's a list of 100 customers to which you want to send an email. So these 100 people are existing, let's say, in this customer table. This table is maintained over here. Okay, that's how it does. Then there are a lot of parts of it, but yeah, this is how the Email Studio looks like. This is a primary use case. Much more technically it's in detail, but to touch and give you a glimpse of what Email Studio is and how it looks like, these are the different publication list, suppression list. Publication lists are used to actually make sure that you are sending a newsletter to newsletter, but there is sorry, publication list is used by the customers to actually provide their preferences. That's how publication list is. So you want to unsubscribe from particular this one newsletter or not, all those data points that can be done with the help of that. Okay, my bad. I was getting confused between publication list and profile management. So profile and preference management deals with the aspect of, you might have received the emails a lot of times saying that, okay, please provide more information about you, date of birth, etc., etc. And do you want to subscribe to this newsletter? All those things are managed with the help of preference management and profile. Publication list and suppression list are different, in the sense that these are used for targeting different type of customers. So if you have newsletter A and newsletter B sending for different purposes, that you use different publications list A and B, so that you can tag along those newsletters with their publication lists. Suppression list is to suppress against certain emails and domains if you want to. And these are different data extensions. That's how Email Studio looks like on a high level, not getting into details of it. Okay, Journey Builder, one of the very, very interesting app in your marketing cloud. Journey Builder is basically, as I said, one-to-one personalization canvas that is provided for campaign management. So if you see on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, two aspects, these are all the activities and entry sources which are there on that. Just give me a Okay, so on the right hand side, if you see, this is a simple journey that I have created, a campaign that I have created in which I'm inducting. Just try and, if you are not aware of Journey Builder, just try and listen, hear me out. It might make some sense. So what I have done is, this is a journey of a particular contact. That is, for example, I'm targeting all the customer which are there in Dhaka, which are male and live in a certain pin code, for example. So all those are stored in this data extension or this table, and they enter into this journey. And this is a random split. Let's skip it for now. And all those 100 people who are living in Dhaka are, for example, male and live in a particular pin code, are sent this email. Now, what it does is this: the system waits for one day and captures who has responded to that email. Okay. In that email, let's say there is a review or a feedback that needs to be provided, and who has responded to that. Let's say 50 people have responded, 50 people haven't responded on that. So they become divided into two paths. So path one, the people who have responded to that particular email feedback. And what I'm doing is I'm updating a particular activity. I can do multiple things. I can send him again an email. I can send him an SMS. I can connect Sales Cloud and Service Cloud with this. I can do certain activities on CRM side as well, directly from here. I can integrate it with your Interaction Studio as well. Or for the other ones, I can send a reminder email saying this, please reread the, reminder to open this email. Again, a reminder email. So that could be one of the examples of using a journey builder. And this is very drag and droppy rich UI enabled. You simply drag and drop over from the left to right and put it over here. That's how you create a very simple journey. So just try and understand the essence of what it is used for. Don't go into specifics of the activities and entry sources as of now, but yeah, try and understand this is used to map a real life journey of a particular customer onto Salesforce. And this is very powerful and effective for one-to-one personalization. One-to-one personalization based on the fact that you have opened this email or not, it targets you for the next step. If you have opened it, it does something different. If you haven't opened it, it might send you a reminder. So that's how we call it one-to-one personalization. If you have sent for example, one example could be if you have sent a feedback for a particular question as bad, I can actually get in touch with you to a particular relationship manager. So that's real-time personalization, one-to-one. If somebody has rated it good, that's fine. I'll send him a thank you email. So that's the reason it says one-to-one personalization. So that was about Journey Builder. What about Automation Studio? As I said, Automation Studio is a very important app in Marketing Cloud, which helps you to actually do heavy shifting segmentation of data. It has got different activities in it, which does all these things. Like for example, if I want to send an email, you can import a file. You can do a file transfer from location X to location Y. You can write an SQL query. You can create filters as well. So these are list of some of them. All of them are not provided, but yeah, these are some of them, some of the activities that you can do. You can zip file, unzip file. You can import it or export it to the safe house or FTP directory. All those activities. The very important use case for this one is if you're exporting, if you're integrating with an external system with the help of files. So very important use case that it helps is it actually imports the data, imports it into or stores it into your data extension within Marketing Cloud, and then you can run a journey on that data. That's the use case for both of them. While integrating with an external system, you get the file on an FTP, let's say every night. You unzip that file or decrypt that file, import it into or store it into your data extension within Marketing Cloud. Their data extension is used in Journey to target the customers, those customers. So that could be a very case, but an important use case for Automation Studio plus Journey Builder. A lot of times these two apps, Journey Builder and Marketing Cloud, work hand in hand. where one first part of the activity is done by Journey Builder, sorry, Automation Studio, and rest half is by Journey Builder. Yeah. So that was about Automation Studio in a nutshell. And then, as I said, Content Builder. Content Builder is a content management system within Marketing Cloud where it holds a lot of your uh, content. So for example, this is my template based email. What also I can do is I can create different type of content blocks. Content blocks are templatized or reusable components that I can create. For example, I can create a image, a button, and keep on using it in different emails. So reusable components, very, very detailed, very form. But yeah, that's what the use of your content builder is. So have this was what I wanted to share in terms of demo from a standpoint of what do you say, small demo of how it looks like, how is the email. So anything specific? I mean, I am done from my side. But if there are any questions, we'll pause and take few questions over here, and then we'll move on to the quiz. I hope everybody is ready with their understanding of Salesforce, basic Salesforce Marketing Cloud, because it will be helpful when Imtiaz runs the quiz. But yeah, I'll take a pause over here and be open to questions. Anyone, any specific questions, in general questions, specific questions? Or of course, as I said, you can reach out to me by typing my name on LinkedIn, connect with me, and I'm certainly, uh, if time permits, I'll certainly be able to help you out. Also, a small request: please post about this sessions and the great work that is Imtiaz and his team is doing on LinkedIn and social media. That helps us to actually uh, spread the word and be able to help the community more. So request you to do that as well. But I'll take a pause for a minute or two and see if there are any questions coming up. In the meantime, I'll also link and paste it over here. Any questions? And guys, as I said, no questions is wrong question or right question. The idea is to ask basic, or as I said, stupid questions. I have asked a lot of them in my life, so that's fine. Please ask if you have anything specific or in general mind. Otherwise, we'll pass it on to Imtiaz.
Pankaj, this is Imtiaz. I have one question.
Yes, Imtiaz, please.
The question is, the session was very much interactive and informative, but the thing is, I guess marketing cloud is not that small thing. We can finish up it in a session. So we are expecting Pankaj in at least in one or two more sessions here to discuss with us on marketing cloud in depth, so we can get clear idea on builders and studios. Is it possible?
Yeah, certainly. So, okay. So do one thing, Imtiaz. I would agree. No worries. So let me know what specifically you are, because as I said, I started from top to bottom. So I'll cover some aspect. Let's say I'm giving an example. I'll cover email studio, but email studio again within a marketing club is also big. So if you can give me some guidance into what people are looking into more, I can certainly look into that. Probably not in November, but probably later of November or December, we can have certainly again regroup and have more sessions specifically catering to, let's say, Journey Builder, Automation Studio, or anything specific with one or two use cases and showing you how to do it end to end.
Yes, I think it will be great. And what do you guys think? Let us know on comment, or you can unmute and say if you guys want Manoj again in our event, so we can learn more and in depth about marketing cloud.
Yes, Imtiaz, I have the same concern as you.
Okay, thanks.
I didn't get you.
Uh, I was just saying that I have the same concern